Hi everyone, welcome back to E-commerce Success by At360. Today we're going to review someone's post on Reddit sharing their figures from their advertising on Facebook. So they're sharing their CPM, CTR, conversion rates on their website, AOV. So we've got plenty of data to make calculations from, which I like, and we're going to see how we can help them because they're not quite making it at the moment. They're barely break even, but it's not enough to justify the cost of running the business. So they're asking for some help. So let's try and review the numbers together. Let's see what's better than average, worse than average, where's the problem, and give them a few solutions. If you're running ads at the moment and you don't know how to evaluate your numbers, if you're doing good or not, this video is going to give you a few tips about that. If you enjoyed this channel, if you're getting value from these videos, please like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. These actions are super important for us to grow the channel and bring these videos to more people and help as many business owners be happy, productive, and successful. So thank you in advance for doing that. This video is brought to you by At360. At360 is the easiest way to run ads online and promote your Shopify store. In just one click, you can start promoting all your products all over the web, outside of Google and social media, because yes, there are more solutions to advertise than just Google and social media. You can you can run ads on numerous websites, blogs, news websites, websites that talk about specific topic, apps, and you can bring a relevant, qualified, interested audience who's willing to buy your products, and usually it's at a very cheap price, or at least that's the case when we manage ads using the At360 technology. If you'd like to learn more, please book a demo. There's a link in the description below. You can book a demo, see for yourself how it works. There's a free trial, and we're offering a lot of services at the moment, like free consulting, free audit. So feel free to reach out. There's no strings attached, and you can see by yourself if this is going to be valuable. Okay, let's jump into today's content. So this business owner shared on the dropship subreddit, and they're saying they've been running Facebook ads for about a week, testing different stuff, creatives, audiences. So first, it's good to test. We're going to see in the text below that you're getting some results already from your texts. Let's try and make this a bit bigger if we can. Yeah, okay. So you're doing some tests to figure out what's working, what's not working. Okay, maybe this is too big. Give me just a sec. Okay. So right now it's not working because you wasted a lot of money. You said you're at a total loss of $375. But yeah, it's, you have to spend money before you can make money. So this might seem like a lot of money for some people, but altogether it's not that much to get a lot of knowledge in terms of ads. Okay, but you have a strategy that makes sense, so that's good. So right now you're spending about $30 to $40 per day. You're testing and killing ad set after 1 to 3 days. So without much more information, we don't really know if that's a good practice or not. I know some people are very cautious about that because Facebook says there are 14 days of learning phase before you can get the fullest potential. But if you're starting two different ads at the same time or different ad sets and one is clearly outperforming right from the start, it might make sense to kill the others and focus more on this one. So I don't have a problem with that specifically. I think it's good that you have an active management of your ads. So your conversion rate on your store is 2.8%. So that's pretty good. The average for US e-commerce websites is just below 2%. So you're performing above average, especially for new businesses. Frequently they're closer to 1% than 2%. And I know some businesses that are very successful with 0.8 or 0.9%. So having 2.8% is really good. So this shows us the website is converting. There's probably not any technical issue during the checkout process. So this already rules out a few of the issues that we could be having. So that's good. Product cost is $9.89, which seems quite low, but you're saying the average order value is $23.96. So this means you probably already have some kind of bundle in place, or you encourage users to order a higher quantity. to make up for the low product price. Okay, let's now get in the results. So initially you had a 4% CTR, you've managed to bring that up to 6, 7 through creative testing, so that's good. So testing out different messages, different creatives, seeing which one performs best. So I'm describing this in a bit more details for other people who might be looking at us and learning. If you don't know how to increase your click-through rates, trying out different messages, different designs, different products could be a good idea, and see what responds best, what messages has the strongest results with your targeted audience. Now we're getting into the problem. Your Facebook audience is giving you about $20 to $30 CPM. Oh wow, that's very high. That's really, really high. I hope this is a video ad and a display ad, because for display ad this would be really atrocious, really crazy. So if it's video ads, it's still quite expensive. Well above average, I would say, for online video ads, but your CTR is pretty good. So you did the math, and you need about $10 to $15 CPM and 7% CTR for this to be worth your time. What should I try? Okay, so first of all, for anyone that's wondering how did they get to these figures, it's an exercise I advise you to make. You should have a quite precise idea of what you want your numbers to look like. Not each number specifically, but in the sequence of impressions to clicks to conversions to value in the cart to revenue in your pocket and profit margin. You should have pretty much an equation in your head, or a mental equation, to know if it's going to be worthwhile or not. Let's use these figures as an example. Let me show you. So if we use the calculator, let me show what I mean. So this one is spending between 30 and 40, so we'll average that at $35 per day. The current CPM is between 20 and 30, so let's say 25, just to average things out, times 1,000, because it's CPM. So I made a video the other day on CPM, CPC, CTR. So if you think I'm not speaking English right now, you don't understand a thing, I recommend you watch this video to follow us. So we're getting about 1,400 impressions per day with this amount of spend. Now you're saying you have a 4% CTR, which I think is above average, so that's pretty good. So let's multiply that by 4%. So you have about 56 clicks. So that was the initial number. So you're getting a bit more than 1 click per $1. So your CPC, your cost per click, is below $1, which is pretty good. I see these days, especially on Facebook, a lot of people having CPCs of $2, $3, sometimes more, which means that they're paying a lot of money just to bring people to their website. And if you have a low-cost product like your product, it can be super hard to make it profitable. If anytime you want to bring someone on your website, you have to pay $1 or $2. Okay. Sorry. So this is the number of clicks. So let's multiply that by the conversion rate, 2.8%. And this is the amount of conversions you're getting on average per day, if I'm not mistaken, at least when you get started. So 1.5. Now we also know that your average order value is, let's round this up to 24. So you're getting about $37 in revenue on average per day, which is just slightly more than your spend. We averaged that at 35. So you're spending 35 in ads and you're getting 37 back. Now, the good thing is that your website is working, people are buying the website, the product sells, so you're already doing a lot better than many people. Now, I feel you that this might not work out well because you're just breaking even, but that doesn't take into account the fact that the product has a cost to manufacture, a cost of shipping. There is all the subscriptions to online services, to Shopify itself. You have the payment processing fee. You have to handle returns and customer service and overhead and other expenses. So of course, having just a one return on investment or return on ad spend is definitely not enough. So you made some calculations, and so first you did some improvements because you got from 4% to a bit more than 6% CTR, so improved by 50% your CTR. So right now what you're getting is closer to about 56 per day, which is really good. But you said you need to get another another 15% increase or something like that. So let's try and do that. And ideally you'd like to divide the CPM by 2, right? So let's multiply by another factor of 2. So this is what things would look like if you know, for you to be good with this. So so divided by 35, which was the spend, this means that you need like a 3.7 return on ad spend to be happy with your business. So this figure is going to depend on each business, depend on the margin level primarily, and the you know, profits and profit levels, expenses, and things like that. But so for your store to be worth it, you need for each $1 spent on ad to get 3.7 back. And right now you're getting about 1.5, which is not enough. So what can we do in that case? So you see here how we got to this result is a number of different factors. So we have the amount of money spent, then we have the CPM, the CTR, the conversion rate, the average order value, and all of these make up that figure, right? You're thinking, so I think you have good intuition. You're asking, okay, how to get the CPM down? That's because, and this is, you know, this is your intuition. You need to get both the CPM down and the CTR a bit up. Now, I know it's going to be much easier to decrease the CPM than increase the CTR. CTR is already quite above average, I would think. Now, there's always room for improvement. The conversion rate on the website is already good. So if you had like a 1% conversion rate, I would tell you it's going to be easier to multiply your conversion rate by 2 than divide your CPM by 2. But you're already doing pretty good here. But this gives you ideas if someone else is watching this video, you have a shop and your ads are not quite profitable yet. There are multiple factors that can be improved. And at the end of the day, if you multiply your conversion rate by 2 and you multiply your average order value by 2, you divide your CPM by 2 and you multiply your CTR by 2, then that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that's 16 times better return on ad spend potentially. Now, you're not going to be able to improve on all these factors at the same time right away, but this is just to give you an idea that these are cumulative, right? So you can have an exponential improvement if you manage to make, you know, subsequent improvements on all these factors. So it's really important that you try and improve everything. I think your weakest link at the moment is, on one hand, the CPM, which you identified, but on the other hand, it's also the product price, which is really low. So you're already doing something about that because your average order value is higher than your product cost. And from your, you know, the way you're phrasing this, it looks like you have a single product website. So it seems like you're already having like a quantity modifier or bundle. But you see, so right now you have about like a 1.5 return on ad spend. If your average order value was not like $24 but $50, that would multiply by 2 your return on ad spend, assuming the conversion rate would stay the same, which it might not, but let's just assume for calculations purposes. So it means that maybe multiplying by 2 your average order value is easier than dividing by 2 your CPM. That's just a tip. So your product seems really inexpensive. So sometimes people are super afraid to increase their price. I've seen many businesses, especially ones where the product is more of an impulse purchase type of product, where it's not like an absolute requirement and people are not spending days browsing the web, comparing prices on multiple websites. So if that's your case, you're probably better off increasing your product pricing. Or if you really can't increase your product pricing, you should consider increasing the AOV by having a bigger bundle, so people can order more. Maybe increasing the LTV, the lifetime value, by offering a subscription. If it's a consumable product or something you might need more of, offering a a subscription service where people get one on a regular basis. Implementing maybe email marketing, SMS marketing afterwards, so you can get repeat buys from these customers. All of these are techniques to increase the return on ad spend, not by lowering the ad cost, but increasing the revenue each customer brings you. Another thing you could do is, you haven't talked about retargeting. I think retargeting is super important even though you have a good conversion rate, you still have about 97% of people leaving your website without making a purchase. And usually, even if you have a really good conversion rate, you still have about a 75% abandonment rate on your carts. So probably you have something like, 8% to maybe 10% of add to cart rates, and you're losing a ton of these. And so retargeting is the easiest way to bring back people to your website. So you're going to show ads only to people that have been on your website before. You're going to focus specifically on these people. It's going to cost a lot less. And you can run retargeting ads in Facebook, but also in Google and on other avenues like online websites, mobile apps, and a lot of other different avenues. Now, lastly, about CPM. So as I said in the beginning, this CPM, I hope you're doing video, but if you're doing video, maybe you should, especially if it's the beginning, you just started, and you still look to be testing things a lot at the moment, testing and killing ad sets, buying data and buying lessons, as you say, testing your audiences. So you seem not to have a full picture, very precise picture yet of who's your audience target, who's your best converting audience, what age group, what gender, what geolocation, what context are they buying in. If you're learning this, one tip would be to make that learning first with cheaper ads. So usually, for example, still banners or just images with some text, like a nice description, a nice key hook, and a strong message, might cost maybe 10 times less than these CPMs for video. And you can get a lot of learning, like the CTR, by optimizing the CTR like you're doing, running different tests, testing different messages, different audiences. This is going to cost a lot less for you to get impressions, to get clicks, and to observe which age groups, which types of audience, which locations are working best. If you're advertising across all the US, maybe there's a big difference state by state, or people in big cities are ordering more frequently than in the countryside, or stuff like that. So it depends a lot. So depending on your product, we don't know much more about your product and your website, but making learning campaigns with display ads could be a good thing to do. One more tip for you would be to just try out display ads on the web. So as I said in the beginning, Facebook is not the only place where you can run ads. There's a world outside of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Google, and these are actually, the majority of online placement, of online advertising inventory is on all the websites out there. News websites, any type of publisher, small blogs, niche websites talking about a certain theme, and all of these websites doing comparison, product reviews, stuff like that. You can have your ads run on these websites all over the web, and on mobile apps, on tablets, on connected TVs, and you can do all of that through multiple avenues. And just to talk about Ad360 for a minute, so Ad360 is our app. Ad360 helps you run these ads, and it's super simple. You can click on one button and we automatically generate banners using your product image, pricing, and title, and we run these ads in multiple different formats, rectangles ones, square ones, big ones, small ones, so that they can fit in any online placements, or most online ad placements, and they can run on any website or mobile app. And then the system is automatically going to choose the website and the ads that bring you the best people to your website, so you can maximize your sales. And just to give you a few numbers, because you're focusing a lot on CPM, rightfully so, we have a few customers running at the moment for whom we're buying ads with below $1 CPM. And some of them have super good results. We have a few customers that have somewhere close to 10 in return on ad spend. So for every $1 spent on the table, they get 10 back in revenue. We have some customers that have crazy good CPCs, so cost per click of 30 cents, 40 cents, sometimes even less, 10 cents, 15 cents for one click. So if you spend 10 times less per people that go to your website, you're probably going to convert, even if you convert at a bit of a lower rate than what you convert at right now, you're going to be much more profitable. And it's not said you're going to lower conversion rate by reducing CPM and CPC, but it's all about targeting and running your ad in the right placements online and bringing a qualified audience who's generally interested in buying your product. So if you'd like to learn more, if you'd like to see a demo, do a free trial, feel free to reach out. There is a link in the description below to book a free demo, and I can give you a free consulting call looking at all your business, looking at your Facebook ads or Google ads, giving you free tips and advice to improve your results. Hopefully you learned something from this video, and if other people watched us, they have a better idea of how to evaluate the numbers, what to do if you're trying to compare results, test creatives out, test audiences, try to find out what's working best so they can get that equation of success, right? Have a good day. I wish you a ton of success, a lot of sales, a lot of happy customers, and a lot of profits. See you soon. Bye.